The fast radio station.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Oh, not much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, dude. Who are you? So the people know who you are. The four people that watch.
The four people. Okay.
Yeah.
My name's Keyano Burgess, and I'm a realtor with local real estate and an investor-focused agent.
Okay.
With local.
So you are an investor as well as a real estate agent, right?
I am an investor as well. Yeah, I own a duplex in Lakewood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you only in Lakewood, or have you invested in other areas in Cleveland, or?
I have I did try to do a couple of flips. So I tried to do a flip in a burr last year.
Okay.
And I just feel like I wasn't experienced enough at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely wanting to definitely invest again down the road.
Okay.
But yeah, that was kind of like definitely a big wake up call, and well, it really taught me the whole process. Because like I said, I'm an investor focused agent, and I didn't really know what it was like to be in the investor's shoes before that.
Yeah.
I really learned a lot those two projects.
Okay. Nice. I was thinking about on the way here how me and you have met, and we met through Eli,
Yep.
who was on here last podcast, and I was thinking about all of so we met like what, probably winter, right? Yeah, winter. It was the winter time, and I was thinking about all the times I would call you and be like, "Yo, I got a house we want to go look at," and you were like, "Yeah, no problem," and then you were always there. And we were going to look at all these houses in the middle of the wintertime. And I was very admiring of, like, the hustle that you have behind you. Because I know some real estate agents who don't have that hustle. And go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some agents just kind of want to sit back and collect paychecks, but I like being very proactive, and like, I mean, winter is actually one of my favorite times to like look at houses because everybody else wants to be around the fireplace, staying warm.
Yeah.
I want to go out and I see that as an opportunity.
Okay.
I love working winter. I love working holidays when I can. Weekends even when everybody else is relaxing, I'm out working.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
Make sure you're right in front of the mic. Put the mic right there in front of you. Yeah,
Right,
perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
I was told that these are directional microphones and you have to talk right into them.
Okay.
And that came straight from the musician Jackson. So I'm going to trust his word on it.
Yeah, he probably knows.
He knows a lot more about this stuff than I do.
Yeah.
So how's that?
That's good. I
Better?
think that's good
All
there,
right,
yeah.
Cool. So the wintertime, you like hustling in the winter? Because
I love hustling in the winter, yeah. And I think it's the best time to buy, too, because, you buy the house in the winter, fix it up, and then, by the time, spring, summer comes, it's peak market.
Yeah.
And, list it then. So.
Okay. I do remember you. It was you that said that to me. I think the holidays. You like working on the holidays because nobody else is working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not always available. A lot of times I'm not working, but if I can, I love sneaking stuff in.
I feel like you're always available. Like, I don't think I've ever like hit you up and you're like, "No, I'm not available." You always made it work somehow, some way.
Yeah, and if I'm not available, I'll find someone else to fill my shoes for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about Keyano, man. What was like life like growing up with Keyano? Like, tell me about like how you're growing up.
Growing up?
Yeah. Like, where'd you grow up and all that? And
Okay, so my mom actually met my dad in medical school.
Okay.
She was going to medical school. My dad wasn't in the Philippines.
Okay.
She's from here in Avon, Ohio. But met him there. I was born here, and then flew back. I lived there from 1 to 5 in the Philippines.
Nice.
Yeah. Moved here. Grew up in Avon, all the way up and through high school. Played a lot of sports and stuff growing up, competitive and stuff like that. And then I was actually going to law school. Well, I went to Kent State. I went to LC. I went to Lorraine County Community College first. I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school, and then decided I wanted to get into anthropology. I always liked. Well, no, I wanted to get into law school. I wanted to be a lawyer, but I ended up going to Kent State, transferring from LC to Kent State to pursue an anthropology degree. And I picked that because you can get into law school with any sort of degree.
Okay.
I basically picked the easiest thing, just because I don't know. I just wanted not necessarily the easiest thing, because I was good at math. Like in high
Yeah.
school and stuff, I was really good at math. But I hadn't done it. Like I kind of took a few years off when I went to community college.
Yeah.
So I didn't really I didn't know how to do calculus and all that. So, in my mind, I was like, I can't go to business school because I don't know calculus. I'm going to fail out of that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to, pursue this anthropology degree that doesn't have any sort of, math-related classes involved. But I'm so glad I did them. I ended up going to law school after I went to CSU for 1 semester, and I hated it.
Okay.
I was working 60+ hours a week.
Yeah.
Studying these law, and it was fun. It was fascinating, but at the same time, I just couldn't see myself working 60+ hours a week for the rest of my life. I just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I did want to make that type of money, so I kind of stopped going after a semester. And I had a buddy of mine. He'd gotten into real estate with Keller Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him a call, asked if he can get me in, and he got me in. Got me onto this team, and I started rolling. After that, but I'm so glad I got that anthropology degree, though, because that's basically the study of humans throughout time, and I just think that's basically what we're doing in real estate, right? You're just dealing with people, and
what is it about anthropology that you just got hooked about it?
So I've been a big Indiana Jones fan, growing up, so I loved Indiana Jones, and that's kind of what I thought. I actually wanted to do that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Go out in the desert and excavate stuff.
Yeah.
And there's stuff like that. Go explore temples or whatever, ancient temples, stuff like that. I want to do that type of stuff. But then I did look into pursuing a higher anthropology degree to actually become an archaeologist. But I would have needed 2 years of field school or whatever, and the money just wasn't what I wanted to make to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, now I'm just fascinated by, old actually my grandparents ran an auction in Elyria for years.
Really?
So yeah, we've always liked antiques and stuff.
You were just full of surprises right now, because I had no idea about being born in the Philippines. I know you were just there in the Philippines recently for family. I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. So they owned an auction house. Yeah. For just antiques or anything?
Pretty much anything.
Okay.
So they would do house cleanouts, house
Yeah.
sales. And they'd get a lot of their inventory from that. But they'd sell just about anything, though. They'd sell chips, snacks, they just get trucks full of stuff.
So you grew up in that lifestyle then of being in the auction houses?
Oh yeah, I'd go there and they'd be talking all fast. I can't even imitate how they would talk. But yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every day was an adventure, hunting through treasures of other people's houses.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, that's cool. That's really cool, because I could picture being a little kid just running around and looking at other people's stuff and
yeah,
all right, that's cool. Do you do anything associated with anthropology, as a hobby now or anything?
Yeah, I do. I actually collect ancient coins.
No kidding.
So, yeah. I bought a few nice ones. When I say nice, they're probably $100 each, silver.
Yeah.
Just I got some corner pieces in my collection. Well, what I really like to do is I like to get bags of the coins with mud still on them.
Yeah.
And I like to kind of excavate them myself. Just scrape them. It takes hours. One coin will take hours.
How do you find bags with coins and mud?
On eBay.
Really?
Different. Different. There's a few different sites that trade ancient coins online.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What so are they mystery bags where you give me $100, you might get something, you may not get something, but there is something in there?
Yes, and I will say, you get $100, you get let's say 100 coins.
Yeah.
90 of them are probably going to be I can't even scrape them, you know what I mean? But you'll get 10, you'll get some that are definitely you can definitely work with, but yeah, most of them are going to be pretty rough,
wow.
Pretty caked.
What's the holy grail of coins you've found so far or collected?
So I've gotten a lot of my coins have been in the Constantine era, which is 300. So it's like 320 to 360 B, like AD, something like that.
Mhm.
And they printed a lot of coins there. Those are probably
Okay.
the most common coins. There are really a few really like nice ones, and like it's kind of cool. You can see the head, then you can like you got the reverse and the obverse. You can identify it. That's pretty cool. But nothing that I've found out of these bags has been worth more than $20 on eBay.
Nothing's changed the life.
No, but I did buy a couple coins. Like one has Ares, like the god of war on it, and it's like I think it's from the Emperor Hadrian in
Okay.
Britain. So I got that one. I got another cool one. So that's like my other like little side thing with coins.
Yeah.
Just collecting all the emperors.
Okay.
Getting 1 coin per emperor or something, and maybe start from there.
Wow. So when you collect them, I'm assuming you have to like preserve them somehow, some way, right?
Yeah. So what I do is I'll put them in a plastic. I'll scrape them.
Yeah.
Get all the dirt off. Then I have this solution, this non-acidic solution I put over
Yeah.
it. And there's like a debate in the coin community, like should you like shine it up or not? But like I personally like it, like because I'm not gonna be reselling it.
Yeah.
If I was gonna be reselling it, then I'd probably just keep it as is and let the new owner decide
Okay.
if they want to shine it or not, because that's it's gonna make it look nicer, but it's gonna diminish the authenticity a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll let that make that decision if I get anything like worth getting graded. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you have something that's actually might be worth something, you get it graded, and then it's like official, basically.
Man, that's really cool. That's really interesting. That's kind of like the watch collectors, like the rare watches, the historical watches. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
won't get them polished up or clean because it ruins the authenticity of it, or you kind of take away from the authenticity of it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. So the anthropology was not something that you wanted to pursue, but more as a hobby you wanted to keep it as. Law school wasn't for you. What was the attraction of like being a real estate agent and calling your buddy and being like, "Hey man, let me in this world. I want to know. Teach
Yeah.
me."
So my family, my stepdad's side, they've all been in real estate.
Okay.
Commercial specifically. So I knew I'd be getting advice, which I've gotten plenty of from my stepdad.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I wanted to get into real estate law, was just to kind of like, follow in the family business footsteps. But when that didn't work out, I went to the next closest thing, which was real estate.
Okay.
And I didn't know what I was getting into at first. I never watched HGTV flipping houses or nothing. Like I wasn't into
Yeah.
like real estate at all.
Yeah.
But I knew like I was 25, right? So I kind of like I don't want to say wasted time because I learned a lot of good life lessons after
Yeah.
high school. But like I wish I would have gotten in sooner. But
Okay.
I was 25 at the time. I was like, dude, I gotta do something. I'm not working at Chipotle. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I gotta make money. So
There's no money in burritos.
nah. Oh, that was the main motivator. But then I decided I really liked it. I like talking to people. I like the challenge. I'm very like ADD, so it's like real estate's perfect for like very jumpy mind like that, because like
Okay.
it's a new thing every day.
What How many years have you been in the real estate now?
I'm going into my 5th year.
5th year.
Yeah.
Okay. So 5 years ago, started officially being full time into the real estate game. What was that first year like?
First year was it was good. It was good because it was it was 2022.
Okay.
So we were still in 3% interest rate
Yeah.
territory. So just started off very busy. I actually didn't start off with investors at first. I started off with regular homeowners, just retail home buyers, and I closed 22 deals my first year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, what is an average home closing for just a regular old of the mill real estate agent? What is an average that you would typically see in an agent?
Okay, so for Northeast Ohio,
Yeah.
the average sales price is $200,000. Maybe it's 205.
No. How many homes per year do you think the average is?
Oh, for the average agent?
Yeah, for the average agent, how many homes do you think they sell a year?
Oh, like 2.
2?
Yeah, like
Really?
Well, a lot of people don't sell any houses. They'll get their license and don't sell any. So
Okay.
it's very low. If you're doing this full time and you have a business established,
Yeah.
I'm maybe about 20 a year.
Wow.
You know, but most agents don't sell any. Like 90% of people get their license.
Yeah.
And are out within 2 years, not selling anything. You know, it's not for everyone.
Okay.
You know.
Wow, I didn't even, that's shocking. Okay. So you were automatically, what makes you think that you were, so when you walk in the door, did they say, all right, here's clients who want to buy a house, start showing them houses, start talking to them? I mean, how does that work?
Yeah. So my first year, we actually had a partnership with Realtor.com. The program is called OpCity.
Okay.
So when people would go on Realtor.com and they saw a house they liked, they'd have a find an agent button, right? Like contact agent. And when they click that, they'd actually route them to me.
Okay.
And then we would just connect from there. You know, I had to pay them a referral fee. With
Right.
Like a 30% referral fee, which is a lot of money, but it was
On the sale of the house? No, that can't be the sale of the house.
Yes.
30%. What?
30. No, not 30% of the sale of the house. 30% of what I made.
Okay, 30% of your 3.5 or 4%, whatever you're.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's a whole can of worms we can open up there too. Because I started off on a team,
Yeah.
on a real estate team, and but anyway,
That 4% turns it down real slow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, I had to pay Realtor.com 30%. So I wasn't really doing it for the money the first year.
Mhm.
I was doing it for the experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't doing it for the money. You were doing it for the experience. Would you say that helped you?
Oh, 100%.
Not chasing the money, but you were just chasing the hunger of wanting to learn the business?
Oh yeah. I that full first year I just kind of like dedicated to like becoming just learning the ropes, like learning scripts, learning how the process worked.
What was your first deal like? Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do. It was an $8,000 trailer in Elyria.
Oh, dude, let's talk about it. Let's
Okay.
talk about this deal.
Okay.
I want to talk about Keyano's first deal.
Yeah. Okay.
How'd it go?
It went okay. So I got the lead came in from OpCity.
Yeah. Oh,
And
point the microphone. There you go.
the lead came in from OpCity, and one person wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So I showed it to them, and I was actually getting, they weren't really interested. So then I was about to leave, and then somebody else, like another lead, came in for that same trailer, and I showed it to them.
Yeah.
They weren't interested. I was about to leave again, and a third lead comes in saying they want to see this trailer. And I'm like, all right, sure. Why? I'm already out here. Why not? I'm 2 weeks into the business at this point.
Yeah.
I'm 2 weeks in. I had just spent 6 months studying for this real estate exam.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this going to work for me or not? Like, is this real estate thing going to work for me or not? I'm really wanting to get 2 weeks in, I'm really wanting to get my first deal.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to show a third person this trailer. And I show them this trailer. They had just gotten their tax return back. And they needed a place to move, and they were ready to go.
Yeah.
And I called the agent, and I was like, yeah, I think they're asking like $10,000 for it, and they offered $8,000.
Yeah.
And I called the agent, and he said, yeah, actually, I think that might work. And so I was like, cool, and I rushed back to my office, like,
Yeah. Close this up.
yeah, got the paperwork written up, got it signed, and yeah,
Wow.
that was that. It closed a few weeks later, and I've never actually had a close like that again though, because when you sell a trailer, it's actually like closer to selling a car than it is a house.
Why do you say that?
Because you actually have to transfer like a title, like a deed or whatever. Like,
Okay.
What is it? A deed or title for a car?
Yeah.
You don't transfer a deed. You transfer a title.
Because it's not the land, it's the trailer.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So selling trailers. So never again, sold another trailer. Huh?
Never sold another trailer again. But I know how to though.
Yeah. I'll do it real quick.
Yeah.
That must have been a hot trailer. 3 people back to back to back and not even have to leave. Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so your first year you automatically hit the average and you were doing pretty well, pretty successful, I'm assuming, yeah?
Yeah. From a sales perspective, yes. From a monetary perspective, I was on a team. I started off on a team,
Okay.
and then so I had to give my team a cut, Then I had to give a brokerage a cut. And I had to give Op City that 30% cut as well. So I had 3 different people I had to pay out.
So you had enough for like a nice dinner.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Like that trade, I made like $200 on that trade.
Yeah. Wow. What was one of the most valuable lessons that you've learned that first year? Would you say? Or what is a valuable lesson that a real estate agent should know or should learn? Something that you picked up.
Be proactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stay ahead of things.
What does that look like?
Well, it looks like if you see a potential problem coming up, like let's say you're closing on a tenant-occupied property and you don't have the lease yet, or you haven't reviewed the rent roll yet, get that stuff up front right away. Versus 2 or 3 weeks down the road on the deal, review that right away, because it's something you might see something in there, like you might look at the rent roll and see the tenant hasn't paid for 5 months or something, and that's going to completely change the dynamics of the deal. So I'd review all that stuff up front, just so you know what you're getting into.
So you had said in the beginning you're an investor's real estate agent.
Investor focused real estate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you do like just regular family real estate? Okay. But you're trying to connect. That's how me and you connected, investor, real estate agent.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that? What's so attractive?
Why investor?
Why investors?
Because I like more control of my time.
Okay.
Because I work with mostly out-of-state investors.
Okay.
So when they want to go see a house, I can set my own schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go whenever time I want. That's the main attraction there. And I think it's more like you gotta think a little bit more than just regular retail real estate, right? Because I do that because I do flips.
Yeah.
I do that. Like I'm a listing agent for a lot of these houses, so I know that game. And I think, well, and not to say that they don't have a tough job, because they do, because it's very competitive. I don't like competing with other people really, because here's the thing with me, like I don't like. If I do something, I want it to be like high percentage, very high percentage, right? So when for regular retail, when you go to sell your house, right, you're probably gonna interview 3 different agents.
Yeah.
Right, and they're you're probably gonna take your time. All 3 of them are gonna be good.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like kind of competing with each other for your listing, and I don't like that. I'd rather just like kind of operate freely and create my own type of I just don't like that sort of thing. I just like doing my own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
When did you switch over to doing that, or mostly that?
Probably my 3rd year in real estate.
Okay.
So my 2nd year, I was still selling a lot of retail type houses, and then actually connected with my first investor through that OpCityRealtor.com program.
Yeah.
And I still work with him to this day, but he flipped a house in Elyria.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't even know what flipping a house was. Really, obviously I knew like the concept of it, but I didn't really know much about it. But basically, he said, I'll buy the house on the front end, and then you sell it on the back end. I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me I'm getting I'm gonna make money on the purchase and the sale? And I thought from a realtor perspective, that just makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
So that was a really big draw there.
Okay. So the draw was making it on the front end and the back end, and at the same time you're learning how to do a flip.
Yeah.
Was that was your first flip?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my first flip.
Tell me about your first flip.
So my clients, Alex and Adam, they're 2 brothers.
Okay.
Or they're both like super young, like
Adam who?
Freeman.
Oh no, I don't know him.
Okay, but super young, early 20s. But these kids, I think they've already flipped like 20 houses. They're amazing.
Okay.
They do everything, top to bottom, roof, electrical, plumbing, everything. They know how to do everything. They're super smart. But basically, they bought this house in Elyria. Let's see. It was mostly a cosmetic. It was a nice little house. It was on a half acre over on Chestnut Ridge.
Okay. I know where that's at.
Had some nice fruit trees on the property. Nice backyard. Like a nice 4-bed, 2-bath house. But yeah, and we learned a lot on that one too, because we put a really nice kitchen in. I think they imported the granite countertops from Brazil.
Cool.
It's like Brazilian granite countertops.
Yeah.
And you know, nice bathrooms, right? Tiled bathrooms, and all that. But we did learn a lot. The rooms were small, so
Okay.
it was a big house. All the finishes were nice, but people kept giving us feedback that they really like the house, the location, but the rooms are a little too small.
The bedrooms themselves.
Bedrooms themselves, and I think we overshot it as well. We listed at $299
Okay.
because we did have comps in like the 320s.
Yeah.
But the thing was, yes, they're within a half mile, but they were in a development. They weren't actually like we should have found other houses on Chestnut Ridge, but these were actually like newer houses in the development.
Yeah.
And like that's like something like I was like, okay, I got to factor like if the house is built in 1950, you probably don't want to be comparing it to houses built in 2019.
Yep.
So we learned that right off the bat. It ended up selling for $240.
Okay.
I think if we would have listed at maybe $259 or $249, we would have gotten $250.
Yeah.
But it was a good lesson there.
Was that so your first flip? Did you lose on that deal, or did you end up breaking even, or
They made money. Because
they made money?
yeah,
Okay.
because they do the work themselves.
Okay.
It's very hard for them to not make money.
Yeah.
And I'm not really like directly on the deals, but like some of my flip clients, we've done over 10 deals, so I'm basically their partner.
Okay.
I'm just making my money on the front and back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, through my commissions, but
Doing all the paperwork for the buy and the sale of it.
paperwork, and I'm helping plan the flip out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm helping determine if this house is even a good flip or not.
Yeah.
And just based off experience, you know what I mean? It's funny. Like one little thing can make or break the deal, literally.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow, that's cool. All right. So what is life like as a full-time investment real estate agent? Like, what does your day-to-day life look like?
Yeah. So I wake up. Probably get a workout in or something, and then hop on my computer, check my emails.
Mm-hmm.
I like to my ideal day. I like to get all my work done in the morning.
Okay.
And then like around 2 p.m. I like to show houses at 2 p.m.
Okay.
2 to 5 or 2 to 4, something like that.
Okay.
And I'm coming from North Ridgeville, so most of my stuff's out here.
Yeah.
I like to just see 3 or 4 at once.
Oh, okay.
And that's like a typical day if I don't have anything going on. Sometimes my clients are in town, or they live here, or they'll fly in from out of town.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then we'll have a whole day. I'll take them out to lunch or brunch or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll see like 5 houses after that or something. We'll make a whole afternoon out of it.
Okay.
So I'll do that too. That's the thing too. Like it's a new thing every day, Mike. Like it's like every day's a new thing, which is what I love about it. But when I can, I do like to structure the day out, like where either like I do everything in the morning and I go see houses in the afternoon. That's my ideal day. But
Okay.
it can't always be like that. Like sometimes there's tenant occupied properties, and I have to be flexible and work around their schedules too.
Right. Okay. So I've noticed something when you're talking about building like your relationships. It seems like you have like long-term relationships, and that seems like it's kind of important to you. Because you talked about these guys, Alex and his brother, you guys flip with. Your out-of-town repeat customers who are out-of-town investors, and you're like working with them and helping them. Why is it so important to you with these maintaining these relationships, or what it is? Give someone some advice about why it's important to maintain a relationship.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, relationships are everything in real estate.
Okay.
So, and coming from a realtor's perspective, like the clients you work with, the contractors you work with, property managers you work with, they all play a role, because essentially you're helping kind of regulate an ecosystem as a realtor. You're moving people. So like you're doing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
I think it's one of the most important jobs in the world. Like, you're moving people around. You know what I mean? So you just gotta have a good system in place to do that, and you gotta have good connections. For example, on the acquisition side, when I'm helping people purchase properties, I wasn't able to find the deals that I find today, even 6 months ago. Even 6 months ago, I could have said the same thing, like even going further back, because these relationships develop. Like I work with a lot of wholesalers,
Okay.
a lot of off-market stuff. I didn't just magically. I didn't Google wholesalers in Cleveland, Ohio, and get a magic list.
Yeah.
No, I had to sift through Facebook forums. I had to go to networking events. I had to just run into them at a random house that
Yeah.
somebody else was selling, stuff like that over the years, and I found 3, 4, or 5 of them that'll send me deals, before they even send them out to everyone else, and I'm actually kind of like getting involved myself a little bit, getting my you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
getting more involved in the day-to-day type stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because Eli was here last week and he said the exact same thing about starting at basically the bottom, going to networking events, meeting up at the local real estate investment events, and just start meeting people. And I remember when I started last fall, the CLE investors, I found them on Facebook or whatever, and then Eli had recommended me going to checking them out. And I remember I went to like a handful of their events, and it can definitely be a little intimidating when you walk into a room and you have a bunch of investors in there. And then like you start talking to a couple of them, and then you realize like these guys are all on the same page as we are, and ladies. They're all just networking.
Yeah.
And it's so important to network is what I'm beginning to learn this past year as far as like making connections and having like those good relationships. So that's really interesting that you both have said the same thing as far as that goes.
Yeah, and that's actually I think that's where I met at Eli. It was through one of those networking events. I met him there.
Okay.
You know?
What is something or an equality that you look for when you're going to go ahead and you're going to start linking up and networking with people and choose to do business with somebody? Like, what do you look for in like an individual? I mean,
nothing.
Because it seems like I've in my short time. The reason why I ask, in my short time this past year of doing this, I've already come across 2 or 3 people in this industry, and you just got to put certain people in your life, and then some people you just got to keep out of your life because you realize they're not about what you are about.
Yeah.
So what is it that you look for when you're building a relationship in this industry?
Well, first, I think just you can work with some people and you can't work. You're just gonna vibe with some people and you're not gonna vibe with others, right?
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, I think that's the important thing. But number 2, I think is, how's that communication, right? How is, how's this gonna go? Just based off this one conversation, how do I think working with this guy like down the road's gonna go? But I just think all that stuff aside, like how does this guy operate, right? Like I'm very like not by the book, so to speak. But I'm very like I want things done right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like any gray areas that I'm going to have to worry about, you know what I mean, in the back of my head.
Yeah.
I want things to go, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want control over, like, the process where I know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So those are the people I like to work with who are smart and get stuff done, but at the same time, you're going to do things right. Just, keep everything like compliant and just you're not doing anything like too off the rails, right? If that's your thing, then that's probably
Ethical, would you say? Like
ethical. Yeah, I'm very ethical.
Okay.
So if you're not ethical, I'm probably not going to want to work with you.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
Okay.
And then number 2 would be like what's your strategy? Some people love Airbnbs. Some people love large apartment buildings.
Yeah.
people like single families. I'm more of like for the single family. I like single family flips, and I like 2 to 10 unit buildings, stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's kind of like where I'm swimming at. So
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get one of those 2 to 4 10s from you.
dude,
One of
I
these
got
days.
you. I got you. Mike.
I can't wait to do a deal with you, man, because I know you show me so forth. And I remember, I know you speak on ethics, and I know you speak on like your quality of work. Because I remember it was like the dead of winter, and it was a Wednesday night at like 8 o'clock, and we were talking on the phone, and you were like, "I'm running out to my house. I got a gas leak in my house," and I was like, "Oh no shit," and we had managed to get it like addressed and taken care of that night, but like it didn't matter. Because like a real estate investment agent, he could have just been like, no, just leave it shut off, whatever. I don't care. The gas company shut it off. It's fine. It's safe. But you like chose to drove like 30 minutes from your house at 8:30 at night to check on your investment in your property because you care.
Yeah.
And you're not just like another agent out there who's like, God, I'm only in it for the money, you know? So yeah, I would definitely say like I definitely see that in you as like an investor for sure and an agent. That was an interesting night. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it all worked out. Yeah. And you sold that house too, right?
I
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. So what's how's this past year been? What's this past year been like for the market and your job and your career? And
yeah, I've grown a lot this past year. So I actually switched brokerages a year and a half ago. I moved over to local real estate, which is
Okay.
very like investor focused. Well, we got very investor friendly. So
Okay.
that was step one.
what makes local investment friendly? Like, I mean,
Basically, well, like we can work. I don't care if we work with wholesalers, off market stuff like that.
okay.
They're cool with that. And then we just have, we have people that wholesale in our office. We got like a lot of investor-focused agents.
Really?
So we'll do deals with each other. We'll help each other out. That's I mean, first and foremost, we're a brokerage that operates as a team.
Okay.
So, we're not like we're not fighting each other for listings and stuff. We're all kind of working together. So that's cool. So it's basically I'm on a team, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But
I mean, your guys' videos, your social media videos look very fun.
yeah,
I mean,
we have a good time.
you guys definitely have like a really good energy about you guys. Of all the videos I see you guys post and like the information you guys pass out or you pass out on your social media.
Yeah.
When it comes to real estate. So you had said local is investor friendly. Are other brokerages not?
Well, I mean, technically you're not supposed to. A lot of brokerages don't allow wholesaling. Like, I don't like EXP doesn't like it, for example.
Okay.
Well, they allow it, but they just have this like big list of regulations. Well, like stuff that you gotta do, and like nobody want like the whole thing with off-market wholesale and real estate is a quick and easy close. A
Okay.
quick close with as little paperwork and headaches as possible. So for that, like it just didn't make sense for a wholesale model. You know what I mean? Because you're wholesaling, so.
So for people who don't know, because nobody's talked about wholesaling yet on this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, what is wholesaling?
So, wholesaling is something that you can do when you get a house under contract. So when you get a purchase and sale contract or a house under contract, you can actually, if you add an assignment clause, you can actually assign the property to a different end buyer rather than take on the property yourself. You can just kind of make money on the, just up front. Basically, okay, let's say we have a house and I get it under contract for 100, and I'm planning on buying it, but then you give me a call and say I'm looking at a house, my budget's 120. I'll say, all right, I'll sell you this house for 110, and then I'll make the difference.
Okay.
That's essentially what it is.
So will people come to you with these houses, or do you deal with wholesalers? They bring the houses to you, and then you find the people, or how does this work?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Wholesalers will send me deals. Then I'll lock them up directly myself, where I'll People just call me.
Yeah.
Because they know what I do. But they'll say, I have this house I need, and most of the times these aren't normal houses. These are houses that really like you wouldn't want to necessarily go on market with.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this one house, the garage was basically falling apart.
Yeah.
It would have been a huge liability for somebody could have gotten hurt walking through there.
Yeah.
You know, and the contractor had came in and just messed up the house basically. This house was in Oak Brook, what I'm talking about, the one
Okay.
that I locked up. Friend calls me and says like they have a house they need to sell. They're looking to get 70. I call my contractor up. He walks it. I call my buyer. I always shoot high because people are gonna come in low. I sent it to her at 90, and then she ends up buying it at 85.
Okay.
So and she was at 70. I actually ended up giving her 72,500. So I gave her 2,500 more than what she wanted to make.
Oh,
and
nice.
then I took 12,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, old Brooklyn, man. I wish I would have known about that.
Yeah.
I got my own deal tied up right now. I'm good.
You'd already.
Yeah.
I would have sent it to you. You had already gotten it tied up.
Well, once I get this house on the market and I get it sold, then I'll be, Keyano, let's get another one. We need one.
I got you.
Man, I was just thinking about. Okay, so local, you're. It's been a good past year, building relationships. What do you see yourself going forward as far as you gonna stick with real estate? You gonna stick with being an agent, or you're gonna anything else interesting you, or?
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna stick with real estate. Definitely gonna stay an agent. I've been doing a lot, looking into I work with a ton of wholesalers right now.
Okay.
But I kind of like this one company, for example. Like I'm like kind of their point man here in town. We're gonna make a ton of money, like me and this company. And,
Yeah.
And you're gonna see the benefits of this too, because we're getting a lot of good deals.
Okay.
And it's nice because I'm like direct with them.
Yeah.
And working direct with them, and it'll be nice to when you are ready, I'll have you meet my guys.
Yeah.
But because we just gotta get on the same page. You make your money on the front end, right?
Okay.
Buying such a good deal, so I'm hoping just to have a funnel for all of my buyers, not every the buyers I like to work with, just have good deals.
Okay.
Ready to go. So that's something I'm really I'm just trying to. I can't sell a bad deal. I'm not good at selling bad. Some people are. Some people are great at it. I'm not good at it. I'm good at selling good deals.
Yeah.
So I like to get the best deals possible.
Yeah.
And then, yes, what I have going on basically.
Yeah, I mean, so basically moving forward, you're looking to expand more into the wholesaling area, huh?
Wholesaling area, and then portfolios. I love portfolio deals.
Yeah.
10 and 1.
Do you remember that portfolio me and you walked in?
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Lorraine.
With Simon.
No, it was me and you. It was a 4-pack deal, and there was 2 houses in Lorraine. It was right next to that steel mill. It was a big brick house, and basically all it needed was windows.
I know.
And then there was a couple other houses that we went and looked at with that deal. I still think about that brick house. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I should have bought that house. That house was so simple. It was basically ready to go. It had the greatest bones, and I regret not getting that house, man. That house was beautiful. That yellow brick, and it was clean, and
That was a good house.
oh man.
That was the first or second house you had seen though. Nobody wants to buy.
Yeah.
The house the first week they're seeing houses.
No, I want to buy the house that cost me the most amount of money, and it's gonna take all my money to flip it. That's the one I want. That's the easy one. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you talking about 10 packs portfolios.
Yeah,
Those are your bread and butter.
Yeah, trying to work more of those. I love my flips and stuff, but those are the ones that I think I've gotten the flip game kind of down. We're not down pat obviously, but it's I do a lot of them.
Okay.
So portfolios are a nice change up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep things interesting type of thing. So I want to work a lot more of those.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, bigger and 10+ unit multifamily.
Okay. Some more complicated deals, maybe.
I would say 5 to 10.
5 to 10.
5 to 10. Well, yeah. like more complicated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what exact same thing, man. It looks like it's about to storm.
I know. Where did this come from?
You look right behind you here. It looks like it's pitch black.
Oh, yeah. Well, what is it? 7
Bah.
p.m.
Yeah. No, it's because Eli was here. I asked him how's it look for him going forward, and he's like, I want more He's like, I thrive on the complicated deals, and here you are, a week later saying the exact same thing.
Yeah. It's just you gotta use your noodle. You know?
I got to keep the noodle working in order to.
Yeah, because doing the same stuff, it's like monotonous. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I dread paper. Like, it's probably easier for me to bench press. I don't know, 200 pounds than it is to like monotonously type like
The same thing
the same
over and
thing.
over.
Yeah, it gives me arthritis.
What you were just talking about the monotony of it. Could you see yourself? Did you ever work a W-2 job before this, or was this like your first career job?
This is my first career job.
Could you ever see yourself doing like a regular W-2 9 to 5?
No, I couldn't see it. It's because I like having my freedom. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
You know, so I like being able to set my own schedule.
What does that buy you? That freedom, the most? What is the biggest thing that you love getting out of that freedom?
More time with my family.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of got my gears turning as far as like making the jump from W-2 to full time in real estate. Is I want more time with the family. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Okay, so going forward in the future, wholesaling, doing those deals, 10 packs maybe, or do the portfolios. If is there anything you would have done differently?
In terms of what?
In terms of if you could go back and change something, would you do anything differently, or would you just stick with what you're doing?
Oh, I would have stuck with what I'm doing. I would have gotten when I was like 18.
18. Okay,
Yeah.
so younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Any do you plan on building up your personal portfolio of real estate, or are you just just having the one?
I definitely want to build it up.
Okay.
I've gotten just this year I've gotten more control. Well, little background on me, I either tripled or quadrupled my income last
Okay.
year from the previous year. So last year was like first time I was like I made like money like over 6 figures basically.
Yeah.
Where I was just like okay, like I can't
Yeah.
believe this. I was making like 20 grand a year working as a busboy at a restaurant.
Yeah.
3 years ago. Now I'm making 6 figures. But at the same time, I didn't even really plan the taxes out. So I just got done paying last year's taxes off.
Yeah.
Starting to chip away at this year's taxes.
Yeah.
Then I think once that's clear, then I can invest.
Okay.
But until then, I can't invest.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I'm getting ahead. I got more control over my finances. So you know what I mean. I'm probably like 3 to 6 months away.
Okay.
You know,
Wintertime.
wintertime. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when Keyano thrives. That's sweet. You had just said something that was on the tip of my mind. The storm keeps throwing me off, man. It's so dark now.
I
all
know
of a sudden.
it was there like an eclipse going on?
It certainly feels like it. I know we were supposed to get something, but I didn't know it was coming like right now.
Yeah,
but
right.
at least we're inside. What? So if somebody was wanting to get into real estate, how do they go about doing that? As far as what you do, being an investor, also an agent, who should they talk to? What do they go for? Like, what's the direction?
Yeah. So, I mean, first things first is, identifying a brokerage.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, you got to take the past exam and all that, but you got to identify a brokerage that you really click with and you can see yourself working with. And every brokerage is different. Some will give you leads, some won't. Some will provide training, some won't. They have different splits. You kind of have to determine that. I would say, though, for anyone just getting in, I highly recommend joining a team.
Okay.
Unless you have like a close friend or a mentor that's going to guide you through it, join a team that's going to provide you training, it's going to provide you leads, and it's going to just kind of show you the ropes. you know, and you know, real estate's not for everyone. I'll say that too.
Okay.
I think you need a certain personality to do it, you know, because it can be a stressful job,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're relocating people, right? It's the most exciting and stressful thing that people can really do. Like, it's like the biggest financial decision they're gonna make. From the retail side, anyway. From the investor side, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'm more of like I see myself as more of like a financial advisor / hybrid real estate agent type thing.
Okay.
Versus just like a strict real estate agent. But I mean, that's number one. Make sure you're in the right situation. And fortunately, you're not gonna find this out until you're already licensed. But you'll find out in that. You'll probably find out in that first year whether it's for you or not. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you sell at least, you know, a few houses your first year, you're probably on the right track.
Yeah.
But if not, it might not be for you. You know? But if it is for you, just make sure you're in the right situation. Make sure you know, knowledge is power. You know, I read a ton of books and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So, you know, stay sharp.
Yeah, you have a book study club, don't you still?
I do have a book club.
Yeah. How's that going?
That's good.
Yeah. I can't make that time work. I'm still a W-2 job, so I can't get there.
Oh, no.
But maybe one day I'll be there. Because I do like the continuing education of reading books and staying up to date with information or reading about something else. That's awesome.
I've always said if you're reading something like a New York Times top 10 best-selling book, you're like some sort of business self-help book, you're not gonna hurt you're probably gonna improve.
What's your go-to book that you could just reread and reread and reread?
I like the 48 Laws of Power.
Oh.
Yeah. I like.
What do you like about that book?
It's like it's big.
It's a good book. It's a read.
It's a read, yeah. So I like that. Okay, like, you know, a lot of these books are 200 pages. You get it done in like 2 weeks. That's like a book I can like pick up or listen to or whatever. And but there's 48 different lessons that, you know, every single one of them is going to be powerful and have a positive effect on your business.
Yeah.
So I like about that one.
Yeah, I remember when I was reading that book, I was you could sit down with a notepad and write out and digest and think about just about every single page in that book, because there's so many concepts and so many different ideas that you have to digest and interpret.
Yeah.
I mean, I've even heard, didn't they like ban that book in some prisons?
I'm sure they did, yeah.
Because of how powerful that book really is.
I could see it, yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like, I mean, if I had my phone, I would Google it, but I'm pretty sure that they banned that book in prisons because of how powerful it could be. And
not surprised.
yeah. That's awesome. Well, that's cool, man. What do you see going on for out by us as far as the market goes in real estate out the Lorain County area?
Oh, Lorain County? Yeah, no, I think Lorain's great. I mean, I think it's very similar to Garfield Heights or Maple Heights. Or, I think it's a very similar, Elyria. Elyria's like its own thing, but I'd say Lorain is closer to those. But, yeah, no, I see it definitely. Just keep going up. It can only go up.
Nice. Well, I mean, I think that's I got all I got for today, man. I appreciate you coming out and giving me your time.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll have to have you back and check in and see how things are going in real estate and all that. And definitely have to get out of here before this. I don't know, man. It's getting pretty bad.
Yeah.
But all right, brother. Well, thank you very much. And until next time.
Till next
time.
time.
All right, bro.
The faster